Listen, man, this is a fight. It's as real as anything I've ever been involved in. And I've run for office before, but it was nothing like this. I've been around the world, I've been in the military, and with that, I'm going to cut it short. Caleb, get up here, buddy, and tell us about the 7 points of liberty. This is the national champion.
Hi, everyone. I'm Caleb Taylor. I'm 18 years old. I'm a freshman in college, and I'm tomorrow. You know, it's an inspiring time to be an American right now. Even though most people will say that it's one of America's darkest times. But it's in these times when the true American spirit comes out. It's in times of adversity when true Americans pull together, going to one another's side when crisis strikes. You know, it's in times of war when we reach deep inside, when we go to each other to protect each other. Just like in the video, you mess and you threaten our security, you'll find out what we're made of.
That's right.
And in times of tyranny, we rise up, just like we did over 200 years ago, when we were pushed and pushed and pushed until we finally stood up and said, enough. Today, it's time we stood up and said, enough. Enough government. Enough spending. Enough debt. Enough lies. Enough. You know, there's a phrase that's been forgotten in Washington. It's a phrase that unites us all, no matter what our party affiliation is, no matter what our race is or our religion. It's a phrase that defines us. And it's a phrase that we need to remind every politician of today. That phrase is we the people. Why has this been forgotten? Because we, the people, have allowed our representatives to misrepresent our interests. We have sat by and watched our government grow and grow while our freedoms diminished and diminished. We, the people, have been too silent for too long. I'm the co-founder of an organization called IM2morrow. We're young, we're informed, we're articulate, and we are the future of America. And we're determined to restore our country back to the principles that it was founded on that made it great. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. We're using every form of media and communication to reach our generation and to reach our nation and tell them about the truth of these principles. Now, while the mainstream media continues to fan the flame of this differences between the two main political parties in our country today, the truth is, we the people have a lot in common. And the rallying point that brings us together to restore our country lies in the truths of these principles. These 7 powerful and profound principles that form the ideals that made the greatest nation this world has ever seen. What are these principles? First off, it's the idea that the government should promote just laws, not just laws that are popular. This is the idea of justice. Then we have prosperity, the principle of sound money. This is the belief that we don't just keep printing more and more and more money trying to fix the financial problem that our country's in. That does nothing to help us. Then we have the power of the free market. This enables us to go in the pursuit of happiness. Now how about this one? The sanctity of private property. We believe what's yours is yours. And the government can't come in and take what's yours more and more and more by taxing you, by every possible crazy program they can come up with in their mind. This is absolutely against this top principle of sanctity of property. Then we have responsibility or self-government. Now we should not expect our government things that we can do ourselves. Then we have liberty, the belief in a constitutionally limited government. You see, Constitution sets out clear boundaries of what our federal government should be doing. And right now, it's way outside those bounds. And finally, we have peace. Whenever possible, we must not put our soldiers in harm's way unless it's absolutely necessary. Now today, our government has moved far away from these principles. In fact, they're in favor of an agenda that often directly opposes these principles. In fact, many people my age don't even know what these principles are, much less know how important they are. So, how are we supposed to turn a nation back to principles that many of us don't even know or barely remember? We must educate. We must know and remember these principles, and we must hold our politicians accountable to uphold these principles, no matter what their party affiliation is.
Hear, hear.
Now, I hope that you'll join with IM2morrow in keeping and preserving these principles through your voice and through your votes. Because if we, the people, don't stand up and take action, we'll soon be living in a very different America. Now finally, I know many of you remember and cherish the good old days, as well you should. In fact, I hope you'll stand with me and say, I am yesterday, and I will never forget. But I also hope there's something stirring inside you to say that I'm today, and I'm ready to stand and defend these principles. Why do I so sincerely and passionately ask this of you? Because I'm tomorrow, and it's worth the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I found this organization, these fine young men down at, and women down at one of the events we attended down by the beach. And after we heard them and talked with them, we just knew we had to have them up here and talk to you. And it's so important to get behind these folks like this and their organization. And they want to get the word out, and they're trying their best to do that to everyone that will listen to them and get behind them. So will you please give out your email or whatever it is for the donation to help them to spread the word. We've got to get these kids together. So can you go ahead and...
Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to speak here. The easiest way for donations, if it's something that you're interested in, is just our website. Now, our website is called IM2morrow.com. IM2morrow.com. I have flyers. The flyers up front here are gone. We have flyers in the back, I believe. And come see me if you want any other way of contacting us. But that's the best way for donations. Thank you guys so much for just listening.
All right, thank you. We work so hard. It's such a pleasure to see someone come up here and speak like that. Let me ask you, how many people have grandchildren out there in the crowd? Let me see your hands. How about some kids of your own? You know what would be nice? To bring those people here and have more young people like that speaking up here, educating, learning. That's what we need from everyone out there. It's great to see everyone's face, but bring your kids here.
Yeah, think about it. How many kids could we have brought with us here tonight? I miss Liam. He's only that big.